Nani. Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! And what a time! In what a place!
Van Persie playing in his first Manchester derby. And Van Persie may well have won that Manchester derby.
Volleys it forward brilliantly and puts it on a plate for Dzeko again. It is six. Six of the best for Manchester City.
Clearly where the score is Ryan Giggs, who's placed one for Michael Owen. Oh, this is incredible!
It's finished at Sunderland. Manchester United have done all they can. That really good was enough for the 3 points. Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again.
So that is right, the biggest Manchester derby maybe of all time. The most expensive one, we can agree. There's Ibra, Aguero, Pogba, Rooney, De Bruyne, Silva, and the big one, Mourinho takes on Guardiola. It's a worrying game for me as a Man United fan because, I don't know, Mourinho doesn't have a good record against Guardiola. But we can say recently, Man U have a good record against Man City, winning their last 3 matches against them and being unbeaten in the last, not winning the last 3. So I messed up there. I'm unbeaten in the last 4 or 5 matches against Man City. Will I agree with that today? Wow, I don't have to build up the suspense, do I? Because Man United take on Man City is the first game of Matchday 4, and the 2 teams unbeaten at top. I've gone with 2-2. Mourinho still won't get that win over Guardiola, still won't get a second ever win against him. But I don't think Man City have what it takes without Aguero away to beat us. I think we're a strong enough side. We could even get the win. The draw of Hull was just one of them odd draws you get against a lower team, even though they're on good form. This game is 2 giants, the 2 Premier League favourites going head to head. I can't wait. I mean, neutrals probably couldn't wait either. This is the biggest game of the Premier League season in most people's opinions. Now, I think it's going to end in a draw here. I think Man City don't have what it takes to win at Old Trafford. But I don't think we've got what it takes to carry on our good form against them. Next up, I think Arsenal will beat Southampton 2-0. Southampton have beat Arsenal 4-1 last season, but Arsenal have got their confidence back, got their form back. They signed Mustafi, now signed Lucas Perez. Now you're hearing it here first. Lucas Perez, in my opinion, is going to be a top striker. Southampton's new manager, I don't think he's made the signings he needs to keep Southampton as a Europa League club. I don't think they'll do well in Europa League, and I don't think they're going to do well in the league either. Next up, I'll have Bournemouth to get their first win of the Premier League season. Bournemouth will host West Brom, and I think West Brom, as I said in every video, are going to have a superb season. But Bournemouth are going to eventually get their first Premier League win. I don't think it will take them much longer. I think after the 4th game, Bournemouth are going to beat West Brom 2-1. Bournemouth, I mean, they've been pushing for that win. They've been pushing and pushing and pushing, and I think they'll finally get it. And after West Brom drew 0-0 last week in a boring game of Middlesbrough, if they perform like that again, there's no way they're beating Bournemouth. Next up, I am basically saying it is the end of Hull City's reign.
What? What the
Hull City's form so far this season has been immense after Rashford scoring in the 90th minute and also scoring a hat-trick for England into 21's the best young player in the world. I think their confidence has gone down. I think Burnley are actually going to stay up this season. I was thinking that maybe Hull will stay up and Burnley go down after that start, but still stick with my original prediction. I think Burnley will beat them 2-0, cruise past them and get the 3 points there, and it'll be an important 3 points for them. Next up, I have Middlesbrough to beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Middlesbrough played West Brom, as I said a minute ago, last week. Absolute boring game, but Crystal Palace not on form at all. They've made some good signings. They could have the strength to beat Middlesbrough, but Middlesbrough also made some fantastic signings. Yeah, I just said Simons, ignore me. Fantastic signings, and I'm home soil. I think they're going to get the 1-0 win against Crystal Palace. Stoke City, Bruno's indeed. They've signed some top players. They have a class team. Now, I don't think they'll get their first win in the Premier League season yet. I think they won't lose at home to Tottenham either, though. I do think they will pull off a 1-1 draw against Tottenham. With the players they've got, they should be in the Europa League. Simple as that. But I think they have to wait a bit more for their first Premier League win. But the team they've got, they have to be in the Europa League. Next up, I have West Ham to beat Watford 3-1. West Ham are not on form. They can't do anything about Payet and they've played this season. But Watford again, they haven't got the strength for their new manager. They have a solid team. I think they will stay up comfortably and be a Premier League side for a few more years. But away to West Ham, they need to start getting up the points, and I think they're going to do it there. On Saturday night football, Liverpool host Leicester, the champions, and despite drawing 0-0 with Arsenal last week, I think they're going to draw 0-0 again. It's Liverpool are on an alright start to the season. Won 1, lost 1, drawn 1. I think it'll go up to drawn 2. Leicester's a hard team to beat at home. If there's a favourite for it, I would say it'd be Liverpool. But I do think it's going to be a 0-0 draw. I think Leicester will defend solidly. I think both teams will kind of defend the game, if you know what I mean. There's only one game on Sunday, and I don't know why Man City isn't a Super Sunday game. But it's Swansea who host Chelsea in Wales, and I can't make my mind up. I think Chelsea, perfect start there, keep it. But Swansea away, they do seem to struggle against Swansea. But because of this, I've stuck with my head, and I do think Chelsea are going to get 2-0 win. Hazard's on good form, Costa's kind of on good form, and Batshuayi is on top form. So they should comfortably beat Swansea away no matter what the form. They will be the challenger titles, I think, to both Manchester clubs. I find Everton, well, they are 4th in the league and destroying it at the moment, but I think David Moyes will get his first win as Sunderland manager on Monday night football at Sunderland host Everton. They have made some good signings and made probably enough to get on the win. I think it'll be one of them odd wins, you know what I mean? Sunderland, I think, will beat Everton, but it's not like beating Everton does mean they'll beat teams who aren't as good as Everton, so they'll probably lose teams better and they'll lose teams worse. I think it's just one of them odd wins that you're going to get. So no, just something tells me that Sunderland have what it takes to beat Everton 2-1. So in my prediction after 4 games, that is the Premier League table, and we're going to just go for it. I'll just say teams. It's Chelsea, Man U, Chelsea, Man City, Man U, Middlesbrough, Arsenal, Everton, Tottenham, West Ham, Burnley, Hull, Leicester, Liverpool, Sunderland, West Brom, Bournemouth, Swansea, Stoke, Southampton, Palace and Watford. Now again, 4 games in, it doesn't matter where your team is. Like Watford to the bottom, prove more or less I could go and win the league now. I mean, it doesn't mean too much to your bottom. Yes, 11 points. It's hard to come by, but when you've got 34 games and there is still 102 points up for grabs, so if you're 11 points off top with 102 points up for grabs, of course it's possible to win the league. But we're going to look at it. The teams still currently unbeaten. This is a bit of a shock to me. Obviously, Chelsea, Man City, Man U are still unbeaten. Middlesbrough, if my prediction comes right, will still be unbeaten. Tottenham as well will still be unbeaten. If we look at the teams who haven't got a win yet, and from what I've predicted, the bottom 4, Stoke, who I think will probably finish 7th or 6th in the end. Southampton, who again I think finished at least 11th. Palace, who are going to be in a relegation battle, and Watford I think will be maybe in a relegation battle, but I think they'll be in a position which means it could be in a relegation battle, but could be secured to stay. Every team in this league has currently got a point, and that's at least a start. But Chelsea, the only teams I think after 4 games are going to keep a 100% record with 4 goals. 4 goals.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
I mean, if my prediction comes right, then Man City, as expected, will be scoring those goals in the Premier League because they always seem to do it. Surprising to have Middlesbrough 4th. I mean, it's not really surprised early on in the season, there isn't any. Middlesbrough 4th is a bit of a shock. I mean, Burnley 9th and Hull 10th could be a bit of a shock. I mean, Liverpool 12th, you expect them to be a bit higher. That'd be a shock. Stoke 17th and Southampton 18th as well. You expect them to be higher. That's also a bit of a shock. So if you've enjoyed this, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and also I'm going to leave a link in the description to my league on the BBC Sport Predictor, which you can join and play me my predictions, see if you can predict and beat. I'm going to say to start my next video so more people who have just put the video on can tell. Next week, Chelsea take on Liverpool, Man City host Bournemouth, Hull City host Arsenal, and United travel to Watford. So there's a big game there. Chelsea, Liverpool. Clearly the biggest game from all. It's a Friday night football. If you enjoyed this, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Oh, this is the second round of all up.
All this. Oh, whoa. Well done. Just nobody goes to celebrate with him because he's shit.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.